like to probably should delete the video before the because my iPad likes to. On a day like this, it probably would go out. I was in the middle of it. Okay, so the usual. Sorry, I'm set now. I was happy and I got upset again. Just like last week, it was same person too. Okay, so of course I don't know why they put it in so tight. Is it love stuttering? I love stuttering apparently. Oh, I see now. They put it in the same one. So yeah, it is a. And what's in here? I thought I felt a movie in here, or was it in the other one? I don't know. Okay, so. Oh, I think I felt that. I don't know. Movies. Again, I don't really. I mean, I've been doing it. I've been doing it like pretty much like I do it movie madness. Not like movie madness, but slowly but surely get into movie madness here when I do the movies, the movie reviews. But yeah, Aquaman. I'm gonna be showing my little nephew. He likes superhero movies. I hated this one came out as in a DVD because they said DVD, but and it always would come back as Blu-ray. That's fine. That's what they had. With the fall. Yeah, I thought I felt I mean, I don't feel anything now, but I thought I felt a Blu-ray. Is this volume 1? Okay, good, this was volume 1. This is the Rebirth series of Batgirl, which I haven't heard too many good things about, but they had it in the local library, and local library, not interloans. So it's like the hell with it. Volume 2 of Suicide Squad. I didn't think they'd have it, which is kind of weird because which is kind of weird that I would think that because they came out with the these all came out in 2016. I think it was the first printing too. I like that. I know exactly what this cover is too because I read that one in single format. Because they had just like random issues of Suicide Squad for a while there. Volume 5 of Sex Criminals. Yeah, the last two. Volume 6 came in before Volume 5, which is why you're getting a video today. And there was just like, I didn't want to bug people twice a week. Because I can't, oh man, that really bent out of shape right there. Because I don't like, because I can't drive myself. I'm legally blind in one eye, so I cannot drive, so I have to rely on other people. And to bug one person one day and the other person the other day is just feel bad for doing that, even though they don't mind. For the most part. But they'd rather, I'm sure they'd be happier with it, you know. And then, oh yeah, this one I was very surprised they had, because this just came out, and it was just kind of for shits and giggles. I was like, hey, I wonder if they have this, and they did, and it's in pretty damn good condition too. Yeah, it is new, but Spawn Compendium, Volume 1. I had read the first, and I have to check to make sure where that one left. Check to see where that one left off, because I remembered enough about this series to recall it back, you know. But I really like the Spawn series so far. The only thing I don't like is that those newscast segments, there's just walls of text. It's like literally a wall of text. It's really dumb. And Volume 6 of Sex Criminals. The reason why it took so long, because it's been a long time, I actually would have finished it by now, is because, again, like I said before, I had to be very specific. But I think what I did, because there's two authors, it's Chip Zdarsky and Matt Fraction. Or maybe Chip Zdarsky draws? I don't know. But, no, I don't think it does. No, I think it was two writers. Yeah, no, actually doesn't say. But anyways, I had to do it by Matt Fraction, not by Chip Zdarsky. I think before I was doing it by Chip Zdarsky. But either way, it could have shown. I don't know, but I found it, luckily. Captain America, The New Deal. Now this one you're probably like, what's this book? So I had a long time ago, and I should have got it before, but I forgot to. But and it's not really a big deal anyways. But a long time ago, when I got that 50-cent bin from that Reading Mass place, I don't think any of you new people have seen that video. That's how long ago it was. I had found some Captain America issues, and it just so happened to be Volume 2 of this series. And I was like, hey, I wonder if they have Volume 1, and they did. I didn't think they would. And finally, a book I have read before. A book I have read before but I wanted to be complete, and this is why I got Aquaman the movie. But Aquaman by Jeff Johns Omnibus. This is a pretty thick book for 75 bucks. If I had to buy it myself, though, I wouldn't, because they had the individual volumes. But I wouldn't be too angry. It's like 45 bucks on Amazon. I already recommend this series because I read it before, whole way through. It's just that I kind of want to do like I want to read it again, and this time like not have to wait between volumes and be unsure if they'd have the next volume. Which I knew they did. I knew they had the full series, but I kind of wanted to just like all in one, you know. Okay, so now it's reading recommendations. So the scary stories to tell in the dark movie, that was strange. Like, they did something, I don't want to give too much away, but they did something. It's one of those movies that where they kind of sort of bit off more than they could chew. I like what they did, but I was like, they didn't really, like, I'm kind of split in the middle. I don't know if that was in the books, though. If it was in the books, then fine, because it's good they didn't avoid that more, like, mature theme. But I kind of feel like it kind of contradicted some of the movie. I don't know. Not really. Not to the point where I didn't like it. It's not a movie I would watch again. Not because I was scared, obviously. Very few movies can scare me. Very few. The only one I can think of is The Shining. But that one was just kind of weird. And kind of depressing. It's the tone. It was very depressing tone. I wouldn't want to watch again. It's not only a fun movie. But Escape Room was the opposite. Escape Room I would probably maybe watch again. But that one was just kind of the novelty of seeing all the different rooms, and how they did the camera work, whatever. The trailer gave away a lot of the rooms. I think actually every room, pretty much, for the most part, except for one or two. But yeah, very enjoyable movie. I didn't think I liked it as much as I did with Escape Room. I want to see a second one now. The Many Deaths of Batman. That one was a Strange Deaths of Batman. That one was like a random ass collection, like random issues that were tied to deaths of Batman. There was a really bad one in there. It was the Where Were You on the Night Batman Was Killed. I just thought it was way too convoluted, way too wordy for one. It was like super wordy. It took me like a half an hour to read an 18-page book, which when Iron Fist was the same way. But it wasn't interesting. I was kind of waiting for it to end. And they collected all 4 parts in it, so it was 4 issues of the same writer, same storyline, same everything. And I feel like it could have been 1 issue, and it would have been perfect. They could have taken all the convoluted shit out of it, and cut all that out, and then just gave you an 18-page simple story. Because a lot of them were simple stories. Everything else was good. The last one was really short. I wish they'd done more at that one. It's like a weird one. It was too short. Like, they could have really fleshed that out, and it would have been much better. That one was good too, the 8-pager one. I wanted to see more of it. Is my point. And then there's the other Batman one I'm reading, the greatest Batman stories ever told, and I like what they did with the Strange Deaths of Batman a hell of a lot more. The other Batman one, it came out in '88, and this one in 2009. So 20 years of Batman, they had a lot more to collect, and Strange Deaths of Batman was super thin. But Strange Deaths, I feel like they didn't have any golden age. It was like a late Silver Age, and it really benefited the stories, because a lot of them were like a lot better than I was with the other Batman one. And I don't mind they do golden age, with the 80 years of Batman, 80 years of Robin, all those books. I get why they do golden age, and they want to show the first appearances, the early stories, and I like that. But I think those books focus way too much on the golden age, and they give you just random ass stories that they really did not think twice about picking, and thus you get kind of more humdrum stories that aren't really that interesting and investing or anything like that. They're just kind of stories. Scalped, So, this has never happened with a book before, but with every book, just out of sheer curiosity, or if I don't like the book, I will, but mainly, it's like 99% sheer curiosity at the time, 99% of the time it's sheer curiosity, I will look up the issue and see how many I have left and do the math, Because some of them, they just give you a blank cover. They don't show the issue number on it, so you can't do the math from there unless you know each thing. So you have to look it up on your. You have to look at the cover online. I keep stuttering. And then this one, I didn't look it up at all, because and it was like one page, one issue left, and I thought first of all I thought it was two, because they have a lot of additional like extras in the back. And I was surprised. I was like, wow, we're already 2 issues in, 2 issues to be completed, but it was 1 issue. I thought it was 2 because there was extra shit at the end. That's how good this book was. Is that I was not even counting the pages, even out of sheer curiosity. I think Scalped has to be one of my favorite books of all time. So especially from Vertigo. Yeah, I say one of, so I can avoid the all the people in the comments being like, why'd you put this one number 10? No, I'll say every book, like, not every book, Jesus, no, not that. But every book that I really enjoy, I'll say it's one of my favorites, and it is. But this one be like higher up. But it's one of my favorite stories of all time. One of my favorite Vertigo books and comics, graphic novels of all time. It's such a damn good series. Maybe it's slowly, it's very quickly becoming my favorite Jason Aaron book, too. Just of all time. And then that's kind of, I made down here. And that's kind of, not saying a lot, because I haven't read a whole lot of Jason Aaron. I read his Avengers, which I hated, his Thor, which I liked a lot. It's very, very close tied to Scalp. That's how, like, you know, but not all of his Thor run. And then the other one I can't think of. Oh, like one issue is Southern Bastards, which was okay. It was like, that was okay. I probably need to reread that one, because that's probably gonna give me more of Scalped, honestly. More of what I liked from Scalped. X-Men. So I'm gonna do it back to back. X-Men and Justice League, because they're both the Silver Age books. I didn't think I liked X-Men, because it was Silver Age. It was dated. Even people that like the Silver Age say that the X-Men in Avengers are their least favorites, because they don't have the same oomph, I guess you could say, that like stories like Spider-Man and Fantastic Four had. And I was like, you know, why am I getting these books? And they don't have the second volume. And spoilers, I did solicit the second volume, and I did solicit the 4th volume for Scalped, because I really liked that X-Men book. I actually liked it. Not really liked it, but that was good. You know, it wasn't one of those Silver Age story books that overstays its welcome, and that's like, oh my god, this is taking me so long to read. I'm only on page 4. What the hell? No, I think sometimes I was on page like 10. I was like, oh my god, already almost halfway through. Nice. And it was enjoyable. Like they didn't need to do too much what they had. It was the total opposite of what they did for Avengers. I think Avengers, they made the print smaller on purpose, so they could fit more words into the word balloons. And X-Men, like, sometimes, like, they wouldn't even just, like, they would just have like 1 word balloon per page, not per page, not per page, but per panel, and like a lot of bigger panels. Like, wouldn't just do small ass panels so they could fit a bunch of words. No, they do bigger panels so you can take a wider scope of what's going on. And Jack Kirby's artwork is as good as ever. Jack Kirby is probably one of the best artists of it, not only his era, but of all time. And it's not saying much. Anyone else has said the same thing. In Justice League, does the complete opposite. The artwork was good, but the story is just so mundane and just, like, nothing. There's nothing to the stories. It was just, they fight the villain, the end. There's a villain, gotta go fight him. Let's do this as a team. Even though they kind of split up, they go into different teams, like Batman and Aquaman, and which I think would be kind of interesting, and Superman and Martian Manhunter, which you also think would be interesting. That's pretty much what they would do. The Starro one was very interesting. I did like the Starro one, but after that, I was like, why am I reading this? There was no point in me keeping on reading that book, and I dropped it. I was like, you know what, I'm done. So I'll take that one off. So I'll accidentally talk about that one again. So after X-Men, Journey into Mystery. I always listed Volume 2, and that is something I never thought I would say. Because this was the second time, it was my second time reading Volume 1. And I think it was just I expected way too much out of Journey into Mystery, based off of what I'd heard. I'm pretty sure it was Comic Pop that had said something. Someone had to have said something. Because I remember a lot of people saying that it was a really damn good run. I think one of them, again, my main Comic Pop, had said it was their favorite Thor book ever. And I was like, wow, if that's your favorite Thor book ever, then that must be really good. I mean, Thor isn't in it, but you know what I mean. Like, favorite Loki story. And I really ended up enjoying the book. It was not Sandman-y to the point where, like, it's not... I said it was very Sandman-y before. It is. But it goes its own way, and it goes in an interesting enough direction, and it's definitely bolstered by Kieran Gillen's amazing writing talent. And I think Kieran Gillen can he write, like, more books? I know he's written a lot, but I shouldn't be saying that because I haven't read all of his books. But I mean, like, I want him to be on more Marvel books, more DC books, you know, like, write Batman, probably has. Write this character, write that character, because I feel like he's doing a lot of indie books now, and probably for a damn good reason, too. But Journey into Mystery is really damn good. Actually, I shouldn't have gotten rid of Justice League, because I gotta do the out of 10 scores. I'll put that right there. Guardians of the Galaxy, and we'll do Black Vortex first. That one came before Guardians of the Galaxy. If I didn't need to read that for Guardians of the Galaxy, I wouldn't have. There was no real point in me keeping on reading that, in me reading that, because I'd already finished X-Men, and there's an X-Men and Guardians of the Galaxy crossover. All new X-Men and Guardians of the Galaxy crossover. I'm going to be super specific about it. It wasn't a bad book. It was one of the better events, because it seemed like to be all, like, they had a collection that was pretty expensive, but I didn't have to pay for it. But it was a smaller book. It wasn't a huge book. You didn't have to get a compendium and then a companion book, and then this volume over there, and then this volume over here. They have a digital. It was not that. It would seem to be all in one. I think it was like, I want to say it was 9, 10, maybe 12 parts at the most. It wasn't all that. It wasn't all that like didn't feel that like that thick. I felt long, because I think it took me like almost 2, maybe even 3 weeks to finish. Even reading one each day, at least one issue each day. It still took me a lot longer to read it, and I feel like it should have. But I had to read it for Guardians of the Galaxy, and I know I had to. I feel like stuttering. I know I had to, and it wasn't like totally terrible, but it was just kind of like forgettable. I already don't remember a whole lot of what happened in that series. But then Guardians of the Galaxy was like, you know what? You got through the Black Vortex, and Black Vortex also could have been a lot better. There's just the setup is amazing, and they just kind of not that they didn't stick the landing, they just didn't do enough with it. Not that they're holding back or anything like that. No, they just like, you just do the bare minimum. It wasn't bad. It was just kind of okay. You know, if you have to read it, you have to read it for the Guardians of the Galaxy. Maybe just do a TLDR on Marvel, honestly. They have those. They probably don't, because I don't think anybody remembers Black Vortex. I didn't even know it was out until I read that X-Men one, and I didn't even know it. Because it was like, oh, previously in Black Vortex. Like, what the hell is Black Vortex? I had to do it for Guardians of the Galaxy. Had I not had to do it for Guardians, I wouldn't have read it at all. Yeah, Guardians was still as good as ever. Guardians, like, made up for Black Vortex. It was like, okay, you got past the forgettableness that was Black Vortex. Here's some fun stories that you remember from Bendis' run. I do like Bendis' run on Guardians of the Galaxy. Sue me. Spider-Man, the friendly neighborhood one. I actually kind of. I don't want to say I liked it, but I didn't think it was as bad as people say it was. And that's because I didn't really notice the political theme. So once I did, it was kind of annoying. I was kind of like, wow, okay. It definitely, like, if I could trade it for more Chip Zdarsky Spider-Man, I would do it in a heartbeat. Or for anyone else, really. Tom Taylor cannot write jokes really all that well, so a lot of the jokes fell flat, but it wasn't painful. Like, I got through it. It was more boring than cringy at times. But the last issue I kind of did enjoy, but I have a really sinking feeling that it's like with the Kid Who Collected Spider-Man, which I still have not read. I need to get on that Roger Stern Omnibus. But I had a sinking feeling it's just a remake of the Kid Who Collected Spider-Man. And they just did the same exact twist too. I hope it didn't. Captain America, the Rick Remender Part 2 was good. I really like Rick Remender's series. I'm gonna be taking a break from that series to get on the other Cap books. I don't like having so many of one character. I like to space it out because I already have like a bunch of Batman books coming in next week, which is good because it's next week. They could have come in today. I actually thought they would. Batgirl has the cringiest. I wish I had taken a picture of it, or I'd done the review prior to doing the comics, prior to doing the library haul. But it has the cringiest, like, I think it was like the final 2 pages too. No, it wasn't. The cringiest, like, 2-page spread ever. It actually almost ruins the character of Batgirl. Like, all in that 2-page spread. No one's acting in character. It's all SJW, like, oh, haha, we're girls. We like shopping. We say, like, you go, girl, like, that shit. That's what it was. Like, you go, girl. Yeah, my BFFs. LOL. Like, that's not how people talk. Number one. Like your boy Zach explains this perfectly. How SJWs write characters, like friend characters, so poorly. Like how no friends would ever talk because they don't have friends. They're canceling people on Twitter. They're too busy canceling people on Twitter and freaking out about good books and good material, good media. I don't want to say good books in general, and good media in general. I like to say good. I guess like comic pros. But anyways, good media in general to have any friends, and they probably just scared away all the friends they could ever have because they probably canceled them too. And Yellow Flash, who actually did review Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man, the whole reason why I got that series is to see how bad it was. He had also said how those people that cancel people on Twitter have no family life because they hate them because they're normal probably, and they aren't. The crazy Twitter people aren't normal in any sense of the word. So and that's exactly what I felt like in that series. Like it was like they're writing for friends, but they don't have any friends. They're probably SJW weirdos who like cancel culture and want to ruin people's lives. I wouldn't go that far, but like they're in that crowd at least. They probably like, but actually no, the writer did not. But I'm not saying like actually they're in SJW. Like they are. But not like the crazy ones, the ones that are more quiet. In fact, she got unfairly canceled a while back, Babstar. I think she was the artist. She was the artist, not the writer. I'm confusing you guys right now. Okay, let's go. So all these that confused. It's taking so long to do this. Okay, so Babstar is the artist. She got canceled on Twitter. Cameron Stewart and one other guy. I'll remember when I end this video. They're the writers. They are SJWs. I don't know. Yes, he was saying there was a controversy to one of them. He was like a soy boy. So, there we go. Okay, let's get past Batgirl. Batgirl was terrible. Pretty bad. I got Rebirth just to see how it is after. And the whole reason why I finished that other series, the Cameron Stewart series, was because it seems like Rebirth is a sequel. And finally, TMNT. Just as good as ever. Already got Volume 4. Oh, no, it didn't come in today! That was the one. Damn it. Fuck. Because I wanted to show my cousin. I don't know why I make words into my head that I'm like, okay, this is the right word. And on the way, like, it's like someone with a paper on the way. They bump into someone else. They're like, oh, let me get those papers for you. And they get it mixed up. That's what happens in my brain. Nephew. My nephew really likes TMNT. And I kind of wanted to show him the book. And now I can't. Because he only comes every other weekend. So next week when the book comes, he won't be here. Which is fine. I'll get it next week. But it's the whole reason why it took so long to finish the other one. Okay, so when I put it in on Monday. So I gotta put it in like Sundays then. If I want it by Thursday. Okay. So let's go through them again. Scary Stories I give like a 7 out of 10. Solid movie. Escape Room I give the same score. But Escape Room I enjoyed a lot more than Scary Stories. Batman Deaths I give like an 8 out of 10. Scalped I give like a 9.5 out of 10. Justice League I gave like a 0 out of 10. Really bad. Like no, I give like a 1 out of 10 because that Starro issue was good. X-Men I give like a 6.5 out of 10. It still had a lot of like the Silver Age junk I don't like in it, but it wasn't as obnoxious as it was with Avengers and Iron Man. Journey into Mystery, I give like an 8.5 out of 10. Surprisingly good. Guardians, I give like an 8 out of 10. Vortex, I would give... I think it's like a 6. I got kind of distracted. I'm stuttering too. Journey into... no, sorry. Vortex, I give like a 6.5 out of 10. Spider-Man, I give like a solid 6. I think it was solid 6, yeah. Captain America, I give like an 8. Batgirl, I give like a 2.5. And TMNT, I give like an 8.5. That's it. Whatever score I was giving TMNT before. 25 minutes, damn. Took way too long on reviewing some of those books.